Okay, it's fixed now.
Hello, I'm back. What did I miss?
Uh,
You
stream
missed
was
the
down for a bit.
stream being all fucked up.
Oh, is it back?
Yeah, your dad fixed it.
Well, sort of.
All right.
I mean, I wouldn't call it fixed.
What's wrong with it?
It's being a dick.
Well, it's fixed now.
Well, it's
It's
not
good
showing.
on
It's
mine.
not showing up on mine.
I had to refresh and
I
new
had to
stream.
as well.
Yep, that's how I did it. Refresh new stream.
All right, hold on. Damn it. And
That'll be fun to edit together.
well, we'll do what we have to do. All right, sorry about that, folks. YouTube, being YouTube, I guess. Okay, let's see here. Fix that. And let's see if this works now. There we go. Okay, it's back. So, yep, we're back on both YouTube and Twitch. All fixed, all better. Thank you very much, and fuck you very much, YouTube. Okay. So we've got that back. Sorry, that's messed up too, because we had 6 viewers, and now it's down to 2 because I had to cut it off and it dropped it to 0, and then they came back to 4 viewers. Okay, we're getting there. But all right, so sorry about that, folks. We are back, and we'll have to splice that together in post, so to speak. But we're back, and to cap you in on what you missed there, Leon. Basically, you guys found 5 casks of alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, I was there for that.
Yep, you got a whole bunch of tools and stuff like that from the homesteaders. If you wanted to take those, there was also the about 2 or 3 weeks of food rations for a family of 4 that were still in there. Torbreck had finished his short rest. The rest of you were, you had been busy either harvesting parts from wyverns or digging graves and stuff like that. So you guys have not had yet a short rest, even though Torbreck has. But you had that, and the other thing is that you got some wyvern steaks, and you kind of now set up a temporary camp for having a midday meal. So you're all set up for that, to cook up some wyvern steaks and have a meal, and then get ready to move on from there.
And would that count as a short rest?
Yes, you guys can hang out for approximately an hour, enjoy a meal and all that, and eventually, by the time you're all done, that'll be a short rest.
Gotcha. Let me roll for hit points and everything.
Yep, you guys can
I don't think
officially.
I need to opt in for the short rest.
Entirely up to you whether you choose to do that or not, but
I'm not going to get spell slots back, so there's no point. I didn't take any damage.
well, you're a sorcerer, so
Yeah,
you know.
I got my key points back.
Yeah, which is a good thing. That's always
yeah.
a good thing. All right, so you have now traveled for a total of 4 days since you've, or almost 4 days since you left Durham Chapel. You now are finishing up and ready to go on the evening portion of the travel before you'll eventually bed down in a camp for the night. So I'll need one of you to roll for the evening portion for today.
I think that was me. So what was I rolling?
Straight 1d20.
All right. Let's see. $14.
Okay. The fog seems to kind of linger throughout most of the day and even into the evening. But other than that fog, it's relatively peaceful the rest of the day. There's nothing else that surprises you. And again, even with the size of the road, you don't really see any other travelers, at least at this point in time. So you're just kind of on your own, traveling along the road, heading north. That's the end of day 4.
All right.
Now, based on your maps and your judging of distance, you probably have another good 6-7 days before you'll come across Arncross. At which point you can either choose to, bed outside of town with your camping gear and stuff like that, or get yourself a nice hot meal in town and some real beds. It's entirely up to you. But you got about 6-7 more days of travel before you
Like-
get there.
Almost 2 weeks of traveling. I think that would be the play. Go in and find an actual bid.
It's up to you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, just gonna keep trucking.
Okay. So, for now, what I will do is, as there are 4 of you,
Mhm.
I am going to go around the screen, as it will, in a clockwise direction. So, for day 5, Leon, if you would roll a 1d20, this is for all of day 5.
Real quick. So this was the day after the wyverns, then?
This is the very next day. You guys have already bedded down
Had
for
a
the
lo-
night, had a long
so it'd be a-
rest. Yep.
Okay.
Should all have
All
gotten
right.
a long rest now.
I'm wrangling my cat. She's stealing the mouse from me.
Well, she is a cat. So,
Yep.
cat,
They
mouse,
like mice. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let me just real quick do that. Long rest. Yep. And let me mark that down. I have my hit dice back. So, D20 for the whole day, right?
Yep, 1d20.
17.
Okay. Today is a fairly productive day as far as travel is concerned. You make your way along the roads, and now you do come across, there are about 4 different groups. Couple of, 2 of them are smaller groups. It's like 1 wagon each. And 2 others are larger groups that have multiple wagons in them, which are heading south. That you kind of pass by as you're making your way up north. One of them is actually heading north, but it is a good 6 wagon caravan, so it is much slower than you. So you actually kind of catch up to them and ride alongside of them for about an hour or so, just kind of hanging out, maybe, talking back and forth a little bit before you eventually are able to pass them and just kind of move along. And it's a pleasant day. No interference from anything, and you make good progress. You feel like today you traveled a good distance, maybe more than you would have otherwise. Okay, so that's day 5. Day 6, Alpha, your turn to roll.
Yeah.
Roll.
10.
10. On day 6, it seems like it is kind of dull today. It's like the mood in the air has dropped, and the reason is because the weather seems a bit overcast and dreary. It is not raining, it is not bad weather, but it just feels a little bit, almost a sadness in the air. You're moving along. Your horses are pulling you through along the trail. But it's just kind of a tiring and depressing day. You feel like you've made progress, but you don't know if you've gotten as far today as you did the other day. It just feels like you didn't do so
Hold on, I'll be
well.
right back.
Yep. Well, hey, before you go, oh no, it was just about his turn to roll. I guess we're going to have to skip him and go on to Patch. All right, so Patch, day 7.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Natural 20. As you wake up this morning, Patch, you in particular feel like today is a great day. You're just in good mood. You don't know if it was just that you got a great night's sleep last night, or maybe breakfast was just on point, and it just really brightened your day. But man, you're just in a really good mood, and it's infectious. The rest of you just cannot help but be in a good mood, as Patch is just seeming to be all bubbly and happy. You're like cracking one-liners and stuff and putting smiles on everyone's faces. It's just a great day. Traveling today seems a breeze. It's almost like you feel like you have gone faster today, and things have it's been an easy day today. And that's the
All
end.
right.
That's the end of day 7. Going back to Torbreck, who left right as I was going to have him roll.
All right.
You
Just
get
a flat D20.
Yep, flat D20 for day 8.
Not bad. 14.
14. All right. Once again, it's a decent day. Feel like you're moving along pretty well, but nothing necessarily, great or horrible happens to you. You feel like you're making decent progress. Maybe moving a little further today than you thought you would. Okay, so that's day 8. Back to the top, Leon. Day 9.
All right. 9.
9. Today feels sluggish. You don't know what it is. It's not the weather. The weather seems fine. In fact, it's a little overcast, not much, but the sun still is shining through. But there's a little bit of a chill in the air, as if the weather is beginning to turn towards that fall weather and things are cooling off. But it doesn't feel like a welcome, brisk, refreshing chill. It feels more like oh man, this sucks. It's going to get cold, isn't it? And sure enough, that night, you get a cold front sweeps through, and the temperature drops a good 5-10 degrees more than you thought it would. You actually have to bundle up a little bit more in the night. And during the day, because of that, you don't feel like you've gone as far as you thought you would. You feel like the horses themselves are kind of dragging ass just a little bit.
You're cutting out a little bit.
So are you. And your
Am I?
face. No, I'm just saying that.
Got him.
All
My
right.
feeling.
I know. Your one feeling.
My one feeling.
Alpha. Day 10.
Yeah. 17.
When you guys wake up this morning, you still feel a little bit chilled from the previous night. But now that chill has turned from it's going to be bad to, you know what? I feel a little bit refreshed. I feel a little energized, actually. And as you set out this morning, you weren't sure exactly how far you had to travel, okay, to get from Durmchapel to Arncross. And Leon, this isn't a road you traveled a lot, so you don't know it by heart. Again, your stomping grounds is kind of this general area of the continent of Korstal, but this isn't necessarily, you don't like up and down this road. That wasn't your thing.
Mm-hmm.
But before lunchtime rolls around, as you come around a bend in the road, through some of the trees up ahead, you guys see the city walls of Arncross, just off in the distance. And you feel like we made really good time, actually. Again, you don't travel this road a ton, but you thought it would take a couple days longer than it has. So you feel like you guys really made good time through this trip. As you approach the city of Arncross. And by the time lunch rolls around, you are now approaching the main gates. It is your call if you would like to go into the city or camp outside.
God, yes.
I
Go
say,
in.
I say we go in the city and take a rest there.
Civilization.
Civilization. All right. After
Oh,
such a
I'm so
long
tired
journey,
of traveling.
after such a long journey, even though it wasn't super long, but still about a week and a half or so of travel, the comforts of a city are welcomed. So you approach the gates. It is not difficult. The guards see you approach. There are other wagons. There are also some people on foot. There are also some people that are leaving the city on wagons and some on foot as traffic goes in and out through this gate that you approach. They stop you momentarily, ask what your business is, but they do not harass you. They simply are checking to make sure that you're not going to cause trouble in the city. And then they go ahead and wave you in. They even direct you, say, look, if you are visitors to the town, there are a couple inns that you may consider depending on how much money you wish to spend. If you are looking for something more on the modest end of the income ladder, would recommend you go down this main street and turn left to go into the western quarter. There typically things are a little cheaper, not not the highest end of accommodations. If you want something more along that lines, you'd want to turn towards the east side. And if you want something middle of the road, just keep to the middle of the road and head straight up that way.
Middle of the road sounds fine.
I agree.
I have no money, so I don't care.
All right.
I'm going wherever they're going.
All right, fair enough. Oh, hold on, I have to do that. There we go. Ooh. Okay, so you go ahead and make sure that's on. Yep. You go ahead and go through the main street, up the middle of the road here, and eventually you find, as you approach the center of town, which, similar to Durham Chapel, is a fairly decent-sized market square. And that in that market square, you see several open-air stalls selling lots of different wares. You also see around the outskirts of it, full-on shops that have their own fully functioning buildings. Some of them that are multiple stories, some of them single stories, etc. You also see around this central square, there are a couple churches right on the square or off of the square. There seem to be some other buildings of import. Perhaps that looks like that may be a government building. Not the similar or standard, columns that you might see for a, in front of a government style building. But it does look perhaps a little more official, if you will. And then you see an inn that is decent size. It looks to be 3 stories. Takes up, if you would call it a city block, this takes up a good half of that city block. It's quite large, and it has right over the top of it a big sign that says "Middle of the Road Inn."
How fitting.
Yeah.
Yes, it fits quite nicely.
All right, well, I say we go there.
Sounds good to me.
Wherever you go, we go.
All right.
Anything's better than sleeping another night in this cart.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. All right, so you guys head over to the Middle of the Road Inn, and when you walk in, well, it's nothing remarkable. Okay.
I never would have guessed.
Yes, it's an inn.
Wow.
It has a
In
bar.
ever.
It has tables and chairs.
Whoa.
The smell of food cooking.
Your mom lets you have tables and chairs?
Yep. They're not fancy,
Dude,
but they're not poor quality either. They're
your
just
family's
tables and
ballin'.
chairs.
They're not birch. They're not mahogany. They're oak.
Yep. And
Sheesh.
you smell food being cooked. It doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't really smell good either.
How quaint.
Everything here
Is middle of the road.
seems yes is probably the most average of any place you have ever
This
been.
one's just right.
Yep. If you were Goldilocks and the Three Bears, yep, it's just right. That's about it. It isn't one way or the other. It's right down the middle. But it serves your needs.
Thank God.
All right.
All right.
So if you wish to get a room here for the night, one room will cost you 7 silver.
All right.
Wow. Well,
Most
that's
agreeable
middle of the
price
road.
I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and subtract that.
Okay.
Yeah.
7 silver.
Yep. So however many rooms you guys want, if you want, one room, 2 rooms, room for each of you, it's all up to you guys.
I'm cool with just the one room if you guys are.
I don't need a
Yeah.
bed, so sure.
Whatever works. I mean, it's 7 silver a piece.
I mean, it's a medium. I'm gonna just buy my own room because I
Okay.
feel
Okay.
like they might be too small with all of us in there.
It
and me
would
being-
when you go and see it, the size of the rooms, it's about average.
Of course.
It's a 10 by 10.
Yeah. But yeah, it would be a little cramped for all 5 of you, counting Jonathan. If you get a second room,
Yeah. I
yeah,
get it.
you split it up, you guys can make it work, and it's plenty comfortable that way.
And it's more
um,
manageable.
Yeah, it's definitely more manageable, and it's really not that expensive. So, excuse me, tons of yawning. Sorry about that, but yeah, it's a day job, man. Wake up early. So
Trust me, I know.
yeah, so you get your rooms. Okay, they have a nice meal for the night down in the bar area. Again, not the best meal you've ever had, but definitely not the worst. It's
Potato cream soup.
yep. And if you guys want some entertainment, they have a dartboard over there.
A painfully average dartboard.
Well, the dartboard looks like it's in decent condition.
It's middle of
when-
the road.
Darts aren't, though.
when you throw the darts, you notice they're not perfect, so you really can't get the exact score you want, but you get close, just not exactly what you're aiming for. It's maybe the fins on them are a little off. I don't know.
I mean, at that point, I would just use my own personal darts.
You use your own personal darts, and it just seems like every time you aim at the board, it's just a little bit off.
Oh, the board's freaking this.
Hilted now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skill issue.
It's skill issue. But yeah, it just everything seems average, and there's really nothing that stands out for you guys during your stay here, but it is pleasant. It is nice. You end up with a long rest, and you feel like this was better than sleeping out in tents outside. It was nice to get off of the open road and into some civilization for a little bit. So you feel refreshed.
All right.
Next morning comes about. If there's anything you want to do in town before you go, by all means, let me know what that is, and we'll do it. But if not, then you guys will pack up and move on.
I'm all good.
Yeah, I reckon we're
I'm gonna try
Probably.
to get some healing potions.
Okay, so
If
you're gonna do a little
possible.
bit of shopping?
Yeah, I just need to get some healing potions just in case I get too far away from anybody. When
Okay.
we go into bigger fights.
Anyone else gonna try to do any shopping? Anything you're
You know-
trying to get or look for?
You know what? I have a bag of assorted gems and knickknacks from Snooble,
Okay.
and I want to see if maybe I could sell that.
Okay. Do you know exactly how many gems and knickknacks are in there?
You never told me how many.
Okay.
You just said it was
Yeah.
assorted.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna have you two do. Also, quick ask though, for Patch or Alpha, anything that you're gonna want to shop for, look for, or try to find.
Yeah, not unless anything stands out. Otherwise, not really.
Okay.
I'm just
Alpha.
gonna be giving Jonathan and Leon my poison because I have no purpose for it.
Okay.
So, how much is that poison?
Okay. It's a DC 15.
No, but like quantity. Like, is it a
Three
vial?
vial.
doses. 3 doses.
Okay, 3 doses.
A dose can cover 1 melee weapon, or up to 20 arrow tips or crossbow bolt tips, or
God
10
damn.
or 10 darts.
All right, hold up. I'm trying to take all this information in. Add custom item. Dose of wyvern. I can't type. Poison. I'm having such a hard time typing today. And so you're saying a dose can do what now?
Coat 1 melee weapon,
So 1 melee weapon
or
or
20 arrows or
20
crossbow bolts,
arrows or bolts
or 10 darts.
or 10 darts.
It is con save DC 15.
Hold up. Con save DC 15, 3d6
3d6
poison
half
on
on
fail,
success.
half on success.
Yep. All right. So
Alright,
now,
thank you very much.
what I'm going to have you guys do is, while I step out to go get some ice water, what I want Leon percentile
All right.
and Torbrek, I want
Yep.
you to roll 1d4, and then once you do that, however many you get on the d4, that is going to be how many potions you find, and you can spend 50 gold on each of those, and that's standard healing potions, like the basic healing potions.
Yep.
Leon, whatever you get for percentage, that's how many gold pieces you earn from that sack of jewels and trinkets and things.
Well, lucky for me, I rolled a 94. Damn near max.
What are we doing, folks?
So I rolled a 94.
Okay, I'm back.
I rolled a 94.
Yep, so you got 94 gold, and how many potions did you get there, Torbrek?
I found 4, and they're 50
nice.
apiece.
That is correct.
I'm probably only able to afford 1.
I can spot you some money.
Yeah,
You could spot
yeah,
him 94 even.
Yeah, if you can spot me some, so that way, in case I'm too far away from you guys when I go into combat, it
All right,
works out.
how much do you need?
Well, it's 200. I have 80, so I barely even have 100.
So I'll give you 120.
Okay.
There you
And
go. Now you're
I'll
able to
spend
get
all
all
that.
4.
Yep.
All right, good deal. Okay, come on, camera. Focus. My camera is not focused on me, so I'm out of focus. That's always fun. Ah, come on.
Jason, you've always been out of focus.
I've always been. That is a true statement. What's wrong with me? I'm so out of focus. Let's see if I can get it to play nice here. Camera settings, come on.
Yeah, I'm real satisfied. I rolled almost 100 on a D100.
That's pretty good.
And Oscar rolled max 2.
Yep.
Yep, but I could only afford one, and then Leon helped
There
me
we
out.
go. Got it
'Cause
back in
I'm broke.
focus. Okay.
The unfortunate reality of playing a new character.
All right. So, is there anything else you wish to do in Arncross?
I think that's it for me.
And that's it for me, yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine.
You guys hit the road once again after taking kind of part of the morning to do a little bit of shopping. In fact, it takes you a little while, and you end up leaving after a slightly early lunch. So your first day of travel is more like a half day of travel, heading out from Arncross, but you feel refreshed and good about your about day and a half or so relaxing and spending time in Arncross. And you
All right.
now are continuing to make your way towards Ravensbarrow. As you're doing that, I will need 20 D20 rolls. We're gonna start.
Wow.
We're gonna start with Leon. Roll.
All right. D20. 7.
Okay.
Oh God.
All right. Alpha.
Oh, is my 20 D20 not good enough?
No, everyone. You're rolling one at a
15.
time. 15. Okay. Torbrek.
Let's see what the gods decide. That's a nat 1.
Yes.
Oh, nat 1.
My
Very, very interesting.
His first net 1 of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Okay. Well, this is interesting. Okay.
I don't
Purple
like
worm?
none of that.
Okay, so this is the basically the third day of travel since leaving Arncross. And for the most part, you've kind of been in the plains. And let me just double check this real quick. Yeah, we'll call it that. All right. So you've kind of been in the
Oh, come on.
in
Why
kind of
can't
the
that be
plains
roll?
or grasslands. Since coming through Arncross, it's changed a little bit. The terrain, it's gone from forested to the trees have begun to thin out a little bit more over the last day or two, and eventually it started moving into more rolling hills and grasslands. There are some trees here and there, but it's also been mostly like, again, these rolling hills. As you
All right.
are going through here, I need perception checks from everyone.
Say
Based
one more
on
time.
sight?
You cut
Based
out.
on sight. Perception checks from everyone based on sight.
Right.
Cool. Dirty 20.
I had a
16.
12.
Leon got an 18, and Jonathan got a 23.
Oh, wow. So I heard a dirty 20, I heard a 23, and I heard an 18. Anything else besides that? The others I thought were lower than that. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Thank-
16.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a 12.
So 18 and higher.
Actually, that's the wrong thing.
Yep.
That would be Leon, Jonathan, and Patch, if I recall.
Bro, all these rolls are trash.
You see as you're going along this road, and you've passed a couple travelers also traveling, the other way and stuff. But you notice off to the left, or to be a little more specific, since you're traveling north, off to the west, kind of northwesternish of the path, you notice something big kind of moving behind some hills that are a ways off. You best guess, you've got some good distance vision at this point because of it's mostly grasslands and plains and kind of moving out and a little bit of rolling hills. But you swear you see something. It looks like it's got to be a decent sized thing to be able to see from this distance, because it's probably a good 300 yards away. But it seems to be moving, and you don't know if it's chasing something or what. But you think it's kind of big, and it's odd looking. And who had the 23? Was that Patch?
That was Jonathan.
Nope.
That was Jonathan. Okay. That's right. Patch had a dirty 20. Jonathan. Well, let me ask this. Does Jonathan have any skills or anything specifically listed?
He's got 11 plus. He's got stealth, perception, acrobatics, sleight of hand, deceptions, investigation, and
Okay.
athletics.
All right. Okay, so that doesn't. No. But with the dirty 20, Patch, I'll give you a nature check.
A what?
A nature check.
I failed. 7.
7. Okay. It looks like a creature. You're not sure
Sure
what,
does.
but it looks like a creature. You guys continue on. You're going along the trail. I need another set of perception checks from everybody.
All right.
Come on, don't fuck me. Why even
Hey.
bother? 13.
21.
7 for Leon and 20 for Jonathan.
Okay. Patch, I'm going to give you another nature check now. As this creature, as you're moving closer, is now only about 200 yards away.
Yeah.
You're breaking up. What did you get?
Silence.
Yep. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right. Now I can hear you. What'd you get?
A natural 1.
Oh, God.
I would like to bend his luck.
You, okay. You get to
Even
add
a
it.
4 doesn't do anything. It's a
I
fucking
could put
5.
it in the goddamn negatives here, dude.
Yes.
Yep.
It'd probably help
You're-
if I toss the dice into. There we go. 4. So you rolled a 5, asshole.
No, I rolled that's a total of 9 then.
All right, that's better.
Okay. So you got a 9.
The dice are not being nice to me
it's
today,
still
so
a
yeah,
creature.
whatever that gets me.
It's still a creature. You have no idea exactly what it is, but you're thinking it's got to be a decent size. That's about all you can tell.
I just
Never
can't
really-
put my finger on what that is.
Yep. Little bit.
Oh well.
A little bit later, you're continuing to move up, and I need one more round of perception checks from y'all.
Oh, I got a 22.
Natural 20.
20 for Leon and 13 for Jonathan.
27 is the total.
Okay, 27 for you. Torbrek had a 22, I thought I saw.
Yep.
Okay.
15 for Alpha.
15 for Alpha. Okay. So, Patch, I'll give you nature with advantage this time because you're now only about 100 yards away, as far as you can tell.
I got a 15.
Okay.
We're going to bend luck again. Just to make sure. Plus 4.
Oh, wow. So, 19.
19.
Okay. Now that you're not so far away, Patch, you're like, ooh, no wonder I didn't recognize that thing at first. I've only read about this before.
It's a beholder.
I think there.
A Terrask.
No, it's I've only read about these before. I haven't seen them. But what was that called? Tyrannosaurus. Yeah, that's what it is. Tyrannosaurus. Is it
T-Rex?
Yeah,
The
that's what they're
fucking
called.
dinosaur.
T-Rex. That's it.
The goddamn T-Rex.
As-
Oh man, we're in
as you-
dinosaur country.
As you see that T-Rex running along the plains, and it looks like it's running after like a gazelle. And
Fucking Jurassic Park over here.
Yeah. and as you're now close enough to really notice it, it snatches that gazelle in its jaws. It finally catches it, and it like picks it up and it throws it up kind of in the air, shaking its head, and then like catches it as it comes down, and just crunch, it crunches into it, and then it kind of drops it down. And you notice with that 27, and Torbrek, you notice with the 22, when it does that, a smaller one comes up next to it, and it like looks up at it, and the big one kind of looks down at it, and the smaller one jumps on this carcass of this gazelle and starts going to town.
Oh, it's just the mother feeding her child.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Let's
Probably
just
wanna
keep
steer
moving
clear
so
of
we're not the
that.
next meal. Yep. Let's keep it
Okay.
moving.
All right. So you're going to keep moving with your high perception checks. One of the things you do notice is that they are awfully close to the road, the path you're going to travel. And that if you intend to continue on the road and move past them without disturbing them, you're going to have to figure out a way to do it without attracting their attention.
Well, first things first, then. I'm going to cast 4th level invisibility so that I affect myself, I affect Torbrek, and I affect Patch.
Okay? So 3 of you are invisible.
The ones that
Right.
aren't
I
are
would worry
Jonathan
about
and Alpha.
if you're
Go horses.
discussing that plan, unless you're just doing it.
Okay,
I can
well,
turn into like a bird and fly over if I need to.
Okay, so then I'll tell everyone, and I'll say I'll make myself invisible, Jonathan invisible, and Torbrek invisible.
Yep.
Okay?
I could also give us a 2-minute head start once we get close, and we could just giddy up with the horses.
Oh, that's right, we have a carriage. Never mind, ignore the invisibility part.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what we were gonna do about that, but I
Look,
wasn't
that's
really
not
gonna
do anything.
question you.
Well, listen, we can get close.
The
I can
T-Rex gets
cast
confused as to
hypnotic
why.
pattern again to incapacitate them for the time being. And as we are passing them, I can cast hypnotic pattern again, extend it, so we have a 2-minute head start of just running if we think that'll be enough to distract them.
If it works on them.
Then let's just go really slow.
I don't anticipate the T-Rex being very wise.
But if we
Oh,
take
I
it
thought it was
very
a con save
slow,
for some reason.
not to
Oh, I
draw
could
their
still-
attention while they're eating, we should be kind of fine.
My
Okay.
character doesn't know it's a wisdom save, so
That's fine. That's why we have these dialogues.
So, what's the plan?
I'm good with my plan if y'all just want to try it.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
good
try to
with that.
take the wagon a little bit farther out of their path and just keep going straight. And then if anything were to happen, hypnotic pattern.
Okay. So, as you're moving up, well, let's make it fair. We'll do this. And rolling. Okay. As you are moving up close to this T-Rex, and what you assume is Mama T-Rex and a baby, Alpha, you go ahead and expend your spell slot for casting Hypnotic Pattern.
Well, so as we enter within 120 feet, I'm gonna save that spell. Just prepare it. What
Okay.
if they
Well,
act hostile towards us?
well, this is what I'm saying is to simplify things.
Sure.
Okay. Your plan to use hypnotic pattern to basically, prevent this thing from chasing after you and treating you as a meal and then giving yourself a head start. It works, but you do have to expend the spell slot to do it.
Okay.
We did just watch them eat, so they're probably not like looking for another meal instantly. Unless it looks
So the
like they
horses sound a lot better than a gazelle, I'm sure.
do they?
Horses
probably
are
more meat
horses
on
are
'em.
meatier. Gazelle are lean.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
But your plan does work. You manage to make it past them after you expend that spell slot. All right. You continue on your journey, and we continue on our rolls. I need Patch to roll a d20.
Me
Yep.
roll 12. 12.
12.
Okay. So that is good. Let's go on Leon. Another one.
All right, give me a second. $17.
Okay. Oh my god, how many dice are rolling there? I heard a lot. All right. Alpha.
14.
Okay. Torbrek.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
It was about to be a 2. I was like, oh, come on.
Okay, so as you guys are moving on, this is the 7th day of travel from Arncross, that is. Today, you come across near evening time when you're ready to get set up camp. There is another couple of wagons kind of off to the side of the road, kind of curled around themselves, if you will, in like the atypical circle the wagons kind of thing. Well,
Mhm.
you're in more of a plains region, so that's what they have done with theirs. They've kind of circled their wagons a little bit. But as you pull your wagon up just a little ways away from them and start setting up your camp, you hear amazing music coming
Hear
from
what?
the amazing music coming
Okay.
coming from this other camp. It is fun, exciting, lifts your spirits. It makes you want to dance and sing, and you hear not just instruments being played, but singing, and before long you realize this group, which seems to be a group of probably about 15 to 20 people, they're really living it up. They're having a party. They're enjoying themselves. And it's infectious. You feel like you want to be a part of this. So, what do you end up doing? Do you join them, or do you attempt to just sit down and mind your own business?
Leon, I think, would join them, pulling
I
out
would
his
go
loot.
too. Yep.
Okay.
I believe the custom is to bring our own booze, as you say.
Yep.
That is correct.
I grab a cask.
Okay.
Can I insight to see if I can see if anything shifty?
So you're trying to not go unless you think it's safe.
Yeah, well, maybe I missed something. Where did we end up? We're
You're
just out in the middle of nowhere and this is happening, or
yeah, you're just off of the road, basically camping for the night, and there is another, like a small caravan, probably 3 or 4 wagons, and they're kind of circled up a little bit. Also off to the side of the road, obviously making camp, and they are partying.
Love you too, bro.
So, are you joining them? Are you debating joining them? Or are you just going to sit? That's
I wanted the insight so I could kind of gauge if
Okay,
that's
so-
looks like a trap or something else.
Okay, so what happens is instead of immediately going, yeah, I'll join them, you're attempting to resist. So I need a charisma save.
Ah,
Oh, there we go. That insight was useful.
11.
Okay. You think for a moment, like, I'm not too sure about this, but then the beat picks up in the music a little bit, and you're like, oh, hell, that's my jam. And you just start hopping over. You feel like this is obviously the best thing to do. All of you find yourselves over there and begin to dance with these strangers. And they all seem very welcoming. They're more than willing to have you come on in. They see you've brought booze. They're happy to partake of it, and they share some of their own. There's plenty of food going around. You're all having a grand old time.
While we're at this party dancing, what race are they?
Give me a perception check.
What a question.
I'm just curious. I thought it would be like the dwarves that we met previously, but I don't know.
Loaded topic
Yeah, no,
here.
don't even. Don't even worry about it. I got a 5.
You got a
Don't
5.
even worry about it.
You don't even know, right? You're too focused on having fun. You don't even notice.
That
Now,
makes sense.
as you're drinking and enjoying yourselves, I need everyone to make a Constitution save.
Oh boy.
A Constitution save.
14.
I'm gonna give myself the tides of chaos to give myself advantage.
16.
Okay.
20 for Leon and 7 for Jonathan.
Okay.
21.
All right. So, who got lower than a 15?
Me.
Jonathan.
Jonathan, and who is the me?
Patch.
Patch.
Okay. You're having a blast. And then you pass out.
Bleh.
The 3 remaining, you're dancing and having a great time. And this goes way into the wee hours of the night. Eventually, morning comes. You find yourselves waking up. You don't remember going to sleep, but obviously you must have.
Oh, we got robbed.
As you wake up, you 3 feel amazing. You feel refreshed in a way that you've never felt before. For the next 24 hours, you have a DM advantage
Hell yeah.
that you can use on any one roll within the next game day. Okay, I'll call it game day, not like 24 hours of, hey, we're traveling, we're on the road for another day and it's gone. I'm saying like our next session. Anytime during that session, you can say, I want to use my DM advantage, and you get to use it.
Got
And
it.
I did not get that correct.
You wake up, Patch, and you are hungover like a motherfucker.
Bump bump.
Same with Jonathan. You had a blast, but your head hurts. You're like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have had whatever that green drink was. Oh. But you don't feel like you didn't sleep. You just don't feel great. Your head hurts a little bit. It wears off after a couple of hours. But other than that, everything else is fine. So, you had an enjoyable night hanging out with the gypsies.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Someone got their dick sucked. They just don't know who.
They don't know who or what.
Hey, are
But
you guys' pants wet? Why?
yeah.
I don't know.
But
it's sticky.
but that is where we will leave off as you guys wake up. It is now another day of travel under your belt. You feel like you're getting closer and closer to your goal of getting to Ravensbarrow. But
Awesome.
as of right now, you're still on the road. And Leon, Tobrek, and Alpha, you have a DM advantage. One-time use next session. Any roll next session that you wish to use it on.
All right.
All right? And that's where
Yep.
we're ending for tonight.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. All right.
All right. So, thank you everyone who is watching. Hope you had a great time. Hope you enjoyed. And just as a reminder, please go check out our website, www.toggroleplay.com. We would love to see you, checking out our stuff, checking out our merch, whatever you want. I've put the link in chat. And as a reminder, next week we will not have a session. I will not be in town, unfortunately, thanks to my day job. So there will be no session next week, which would be the 9th. But barring anything else happening, the 16th will be our next session of Atavar Ascension. So we hope to see you guys there. Atavar Ascension, Thursday, November 16th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as of right now, your official, unofficial Critical Role pre-show is signing off so that you guys can tune in.